unmuted.
All right, we're back.
All right.
Tyler crashed the program.
Yeah, with
His point.
With my point.
A lack of point.
What? So the point is, we're making memories with Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess I was just trying to pontificate on the idea of that, although a movie might not be good objectively speaking, but it's the experience of seeing said movie that makes it good.
I just don't understand how that relates to Star Wars versus anything else, though.
Because the sequel trilogy was not great, but I have
event programming is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you had a fun time watching it with your family.
You should go watch Minecraft.
So then any movie that is not great, but you're watching it with your family,
it doesn't have to be with my family. I'm just saying like it's.
But that's what you are saying.
It's yes. Well, my family happens to be there. I'm just saying that it's the idea of going with loved ones. Could be family. Could be pals. Could be a partner. What have you?
Well, you said family, so that's why.
Well, I mean that was an it was an example. It was an example. I'm just you know what? It doesn't even matter.
Watching a not great movie with someone that you like or people that you like having around you elevates the watching experience, no matter how good or bad the movie is.
Yeah, I mean when you say it that way, it makes me sound like a dumbass, but yeah.
As long as you're with the people you love.
So as long as you're with your family and the movie isn't that great.
That's offensive.
What's offensive to
Are
who?
you RFK now?
Yes. I'm just kidding. I don't. If that was offensive, I apologize to anyone who was offended by that. But anyways, you know what? Yes, I am. You know what? Gone on long enough. Let's get on to some streaming picks.
Movies.
Want to watch a movie?
Yes, I do.
Disney Plus, HBO Max.
If I don't get the pick, show's over.
I have grown accustomed to Hulu Plus.
Amazon Prime.
I like Netflix.
You found the pick.
Pow. Streaming picks. Joseph, what do you have for us this week?
I have a few. I'm gonna go worst to first.
Okay.
Streaming on Max is Joker 2.
Oh,
Joker Folie à Deux.
Oh, that's the worst one.
Did you watch it?
It's the worst of all the Jokers.
I haven't watched it yet. I've been scared of it.
But yeah, no, I took the plunge, and knowing the how poorly it was received, and going handheld. And I went in with an open mind. I was hoping to like it. I wanted to like it, and I did not like it. The most offensive part of the whole movie is that it was just boring.
Yeah.
It was not the music part of it. No one ever mentioned the music. No one ever critiqued the music. Nothing I ever saw or read talked about, really like focused on the musical part of it, because it's a musical, a jukebox musical filled with songs I've never heard of.
They all suck too. They're all performed terribly. And
the performances were just like, they could have left them out and I would have had the same exact experience.
Yep.
But they left them in and they were just there, and they didn't do anything. They didn't add anything, and they didn't really take anything away from it. The movie looks fantastic. A lot of great set pieces. Brendan Gleeson is there as a prison guard, which was kind of surprising.
Yeah, I liked him.
Lady Gaga is there.
The Gagster.
But it's part of a courtroom drama. And there are like moments of the movie that I enjoyed. There's a moment where Arthur fires his attorney and he starts to represent himself. Mm-hmm. And that part of him making his case to the people of the court and the jury was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of great set pieces in the musical numbers. And a lot of that takes place in like a dream or just a vision scenario. So it's like a Broadway stage.
Yeah.
With him and Lady Gaga. who plays Harley Quinzel.
That's her name, Harley Quinzel.
Harlequin
Harley Quinzel.
Quinzel. That's
Yeah.
her real name.
But
I thought you were a Batman fan. Didn't you know this?
I had no that. First time I'm hearing about that.
Only care about the male characters in that series, huh?
Yeah.
Man of the people.
but the movie looks really, really good. It's shot really well. Performance wise is nothing new. Like the first one is miles better in a lot of regards. In many a regard. But I feel like the character of Arthur Fleck is completely, it's like subverted from the end of the first movie. Like it doesn't make any sense continuity wise for his character, because he becomes kind of like a sociopath. Like the further, like in Joker 1, like as the movie progresses, he gets more and more lost in like violence and stuff. But in this one, there's like a lot of like, it's like he took like steps back and is trying to be more.
I think he realized
open.
He realized the error of his ways.
But that's not who the character of Joker is. But
big butt there.
Big butt. Big old butt. And I don't want to mention anything because it blew my mind.
It
blew my
can't
mind.
get away from it. The last 5 minutes.
I really, really liked what they did. I loved what they did, but I just hate how they got there.
It was like
the end of Game of Thrones. I was like, I liked the choices that were made. I just didn't like how fast it was or how they got there. You know, I was happy with the conclusion, but not the journey.
It was the boldest ending to a movie I can remember in a long time. Really fucking with everything you thought.
Yes, and
with 2 hours of shitty movie before it.
Yes,
which sucks.
So you have to, if you wanted, you could just look it up. But if you want to go on that journey, it's
Tyler, you really need to watch it now. You gotta complete the trifecta.
Yeah,
it's streaming on Max. But yeah, the ending, I really, really liked what they did, because you are watching Joker and you're thinking time wise and all this stuff.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
And I'm like, how does that make sense? Batman's a kid.
Yeah.
But that's all I'll say. Not a good movie. Hard to recommend.
I'd still recommend it.
But
and I agree with everything you said.
It's
still watch it. It sucks.
But I mean, it looks fantastic. It really does. But it kind of points out that it doesn't really matter how good a movie looks or how well produced a movie is. If the story is bad, if the script is bad, then it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because it's a really messy movie plot wise. I think the pacing was really off. Yeah. It dragged in a lot of parts.
Yeah.
And it just felt really just sloppy Joe.
Like a sloppy steak.
Yeah. Let's slop them up. So that's Joker 2 streaming on Max. Also streaming on Max, my next stream pick. This is a docu miniseries called Ren Fair. And
interesting.
This is about one of the largest Renaissance festival in Texas, where the king, quote unquote king, the guy who started it, is about to retire, and it tells the story of basically two people who are fighting to essentially become the new king of this Ren Fair. And it is
a movie about that. It's called Role Models.
Isn't that
an episode of King of the Hill?
It's a really, really well produced documentary. Like it's
just called Ren Fair.
It's like a reality show that's filmed like a film, like if it was a fictional movie.
Really?
The editing and the shooting. I mean, there's a lot of like kind of stage stuff in terms of like character, like the actions that they do, but it's filmed really, really just like very engaging.
Got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's a really fun and well edited documentary, because this old man, this stubborn old dude, is
great poster.
Is like He says he's gonna retire, but then he like basically makes these two like guys who worked at the Ren Fair for years. He pits them against each other, and they're just like vying for the crown throughout the series. And
that's interesting.
And this old dude
What are the parameters though?
well,
I guess I have to watch it.
Money. It's like worth millions and millions of dollars.
Oh, jeez.
The one of the guys is like this. He kind of looks like a hippie looking guy. He's got like this silver fox ponytail thing going on. But he just drinks nothing but energy drinks. It looks like this dude's gonna have like, just based on the amount of he's drinking, it's like he's got ulcers. He's ridden with ulcers.
Wow.
And then there's this other guy who's just kind of they're all assholes, and this the king is like the biggest of the assholes. He is on a website where he is basically looking for a sugar baby.
Oh, okay.
And there's parts of the show where he's going on dates with these young women.
Okay.
And his first question, he always takes them to like a diner, and he always asks them to sit in a booth, and he asks them to sit on the same side so he can block them in. And then his first question is, "Are those your natural breasts?"
First question.
First
Every
question.
time.
Yes. And one of them says no, and then he goes, "We're done."
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, right to the man that knows what he wants. Right to the point.
Yeah. He's such a prick.
And this is all on film.
Yes, it's all on film.
I knew a guy that had 3 questions he would ask new girls when he was trying to hook up with somebody, and it was even more asshole-ish. But he said it was deliberately to weed out the people that would not match with his sensibilities.
Yeah. Yeah. But this dude, he's like 90.
Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer right now. I'm gonna watch this. This sounds great because I worked at the Renaissance Fair for one summer, and it was fantastic. It was so fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the Ren Fair.
But yeah, it's a very entertaining documentary. It's like 3 episodes.
Yeah, 3 1-hour episodes or something like that.
Super fun. And then my last streaming pick of the week, continuing with our spaghetti western theme, finishing off the Man with No Name trilogy for a few dollars more, the second installment of this trilogy.
Yeah, I watched this too.
Honestly, is my favorite one
Hey, me too.
of the 3.
It's so good.
It's
so good.
Really, really good.
So entertaining.
It's right in the middle, 2.5 hours, not 3.5 hours, and not 1.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that sort of like modern day popcorn epic movie, box office movie.
There's a little dragging in some of the middle parts, but not much.
And Clint Eastwood kind of has a name in this.
Yeah, he does.
His name is Monko.
Yeah.
It's not Blondie this time.
No, they call him Monko, and they don't allude to the fact that he doesn't have a name. They just call him that.
Yeah, he's like his guy also came through looking for this same guy. His name was Munko.
And this one is also starring Klaus Kinski in a smaller role. And Lee Van Cleef and Luigi Pistilli's, like a lot of familiar faces.
Yep.
From
Braga.
from these movies, and it's Clint Eastwood plays a bounty hunter. Lee Van Cleef plays another bounty hunter.
And they call them bounty killers.
Yeah. And they are both in pursuit of one specific criminal named Indio, who has a very large, he has like a $10,000 bounty on his head, and Clint Eastwood's like after him so that he can stop bounty hunting. And same with Lee Van Cleef. And then eventually they both end up working together. Yeah, there's a lot of like, I don't want to say not espionage, but undercover. There's an undercover part of the story where Clint Eastwood is trying to get into the gang itself so that he can get close to Indio.
Yep.
The character of Indio, I think, is really interesting as a villain too.
He was fantastic.
Because at first he's like an evil dude, and then there's another scene where he just looks like he's miserable.
He's got PTSD of some sort.
Yeah.
He's haunted by his like gang members have to like cover him up to sleep at night because he falls asleep with his eyes open, just dreaming about terrible things of the past.
Sleeps with his eyes open.
He's like, oh, they have to like light his cigarette for him. He's shaking and shit. He's terrifying villain.
Yeah, I think it's is of the three. I feel like this story is like the most solid of the story, like straight like through line, easy to follow, and just really fun, and a lot of great cinematography in this as well. A lot of great shots of like the desert of the desert at night. A lot of great night shots and night scenes. Yeah, just really solid. Also streaming on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Cool.
Those are the three that I watched.
All right, Pete, what do you have for us this week?
I'll go right into my thoughts on them for a few dollars more. I mirror almost everything what Joseph said. It's the most entertaining of the three. I think the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly has a more dynamite, finite ending to it. Like that standoff of the three of them and the music and the eyes shifting back and forth and the crescendo of music. But honestly, the score in this one, for a few dollars more, part 2 of the trilogy, is better, I think, than the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like you think of the classic. I have it here somewhere. Where is it?
Yeah.
You think of that, and then you think of the trilogy. And you think
Yeah.
of Clint Eastwood and all that stuff. But
Right.
without that hook, this doesn't have a hook like that. It doesn't have something that you can just like whistle and whatever. But there is still whistling in it, and the actual like musical motifs that come in and out with all the characters is so fucking good. Like it's really good.
Yeah, there's like a choir of guys going like chanting, like grunting.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's intense, and like Ennio Morricone knows exactly what he's doing. Like the intensity of the music matches the scenes perfectly. It's so good. But Lee Van Cleef has much more to do in this movie. He's not just a brooding asshole ape of a villain.
Yeah.
it's not just something to look at.
Yeah. And there's a great scene where the two of them, they're two bounty hunters, and they're essentially both going after the same guy, and they run into each other in a town together. And there's a fucking great scene.
Like a shoot off.
Yeah, they walk up to each other and they like look at each other, and Clint is a young gruff dude with dusty old clothes, and Lee Van Cleef is well put
The
together.
poncho.
The poncho, and Lee Van Cleef's got the all black with the shiny black boots
More seasoned.
and more polished too.
Yeah.
And Clint Eastwood's character comes up to him and literally just looks down at his shiny boots and steps on his boots and grinds his boot into
What an
it.
asshole.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what is he gonna do? And like literally 5 minutes of runtime ago, Van Cleef says something like, "What's the good of lugging a pistol around if you're not gonna use it when someone disrespects you?"
Yeah.
So you're thinking, oh, he's gonna pull the pistol out, but instead he steps on Clint Eastwood's boots and rubs his boot in it, and they're both looking at each other like, couple of assholes here. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And then it turns into a hat shooting competition. He shoots the hat off of each other's. It's like so fucking good. So
Yeah.
and I won't say what happens after that, but the reveal after it is like so the smash cut. You're like, okay, this is fucking great. And at the beginning too, I like the idea of the spaghetti western in a condensed down one sentence thing is ultra low budget movies made by Italian and European directors on Italian and European stages or whatever.
Yeah.
So you get this cheesy pie sort of aspect to a lot of it, and it gets lost because everybody's used to thinking of Sergio Leone and just how cool and like badass and brooding their stuff is. But there's a cheese factor to it too.
Oh yeah.
And in this one, the first takedown of Clint's character, Monko, his first person he takes in, he fucking karate chops the guy twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Karate chops?
Yeah,
He literally goes like that.
yeah, right in his neck. And then the guy comes at him again and he goes, I think that's a mistake. Yeah, and like chops him in the neck again. And I'm like, all right, I'm in. 100% in on this. So it was a blast. This is a super fun movie streaming on Prime.
Nice.
I watched also some of the new season of Black Mirror. I won't spend a whole lot of time because I'm not going to go through each individual episode, but there's a great one, a really fantastic one called Common People that's starring what is her name? Rashida Jones and Chris O'Dowd. Chris O'Dowd's the Irish actor who's in Bridesmaids. And Rashida Jones, Rashida Jones. And it's basically like having a subscription service for a loved one who died. But you get to keep them alive, but you have a subscription service. You got to pay something a month to keep them alive.
Okay.
And then what happens when Netflix raises their subscription? You have a choice whether to cancel. What happens when your loved one's subscription price gets raised?
That's dark.
And you're like, you were on Rivermind regular. Now Rivermind Platinum is the next level, and that gives you the ad-free service. You're like, I got fucking ads on my wife? Yes. So that one is so bleak and so depressing. And I like Black Mirror because it always gives you a really bleak look on the future, and you're like, I can see that happening in 50 years or 20 years or whatever, Yeah. Hopefully I'll be in the ground by then. My poor niece and nephew will have to deal with that shit.
Oh, jeez.
But that in that one specifically, you like both of the characters.
Okay.
So it's even more bleak. And in most of the movies or most of these episodes, there's like one dickhead, and when they get their comeuppance, it feels good. In this one, in Common People, I think it's the first episode. Oh man, it's bleak. It's bleak, and you like both the people, so it's really sad.
Oh no.
So far I've watched 4 of the episodes. They're all
what season is it?
7.
Yeah, damn.
I know. I thought it was 5 or 6, but it's 7.
That's what I was thinking too.
But yeah, they're all really good. Anywhere between 4 and 5 stars so far. So as far as Westerns go, I watched a few dollars more, which is we just talked about that. And then I went down. I was going to watch the Hudson River Massacre, and Joseph sent me Us. What was it called on Plex?
Rebels in Canada.
Yeah,
Rebels in Canada. And I was like, I wonder if I'm going to find it by that, or if I had to. In my head, I was thinking, how did Joseph figure that out?
How did you figure that out?
It was like a series of Googling, and because it was streaming on. It said it was streaming on Plex. I was looking at Plex. Hudson River Massacre. Nothing came up.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I know that now.
Yeah, we know that now.
Why did you? Whatever. I was looking it up, and then I went to the IMDb, and then I typed in that name. It was like Etrid del Colorado. I tried that on Plex. And then I think it came up on that. Then it came up, but not as that title as Rebels in Canada. And I was like, "Is that the same movie?" And then I made sure it's the same poster. I'm like, "Yeah, it's the same poster, same plot, same everything." So yeah.
So I typed in Hudson River Massacre on Plex just to see how you might have gotten there, because I'm like, I wonder if I could figure that out if I had to.
Yeah.
And I also just didn't want to open the app again and then Messenger and look at the name.
Yeah.
And I found another movie called Massacre River.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
And I watched it from 1949. And this is not a spaghetti Western. This is an American Western.
Oh, okay.
American director, John Rollins, who has made a series of weird movies like Dick Tracy Meets Gruesome, Dick Tracy's Dilemma.
Dick Tracy.
Yeah, Air Devils, Shark Beach, Mr. Dynamite.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Dynamite.
Yeah, Lost Lagoon, Halfway to Shanghai. All these really weird movies, and some of them are supernatural, some of them are horror. Arabian Nights, 1942, and but he made this movie called Massacre River. John Rollins directed it, starring Guy Madison and Rory Calhoun, a couple of all-American Yankee Doodle dandies, right?
Yeah.
And the story of this is 2 cavalry officers clash over the colonel's daughter in a remote outpost with Indian troubles. Sounds kind of similar to the Hudson River Massacre. There's the leader of the Hudson Bay Company or whatever, and his daughter, right? So I read it, and I'm looking through some trivia. Let me see if I could find it here. Massacre River, and they called it Massacre River because it was the dividing line between the American sort of
Canada and America. Yeah.
This is a different movie. This is a movie that you didn't watch. I'm telling you about the other movie.
I know.
It's not. This is not set in Canada.
Okay.
It's a different movie. Come on.
I was referencing the other.
I'm joking.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So this Massacre River. There's an actual name of the river. I don't know the name of the river, but they call it Massacre River because it's the dividing line between the Native American territory and where the Americans have made their outpost, and they have a treaty, right? Mm-hmm. So Massacre River. make sure I get this right. And it was written based off of a book called, where is it?
The Hudson River Massacre.
No.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
No, where is it? It was they quoted it as a remake.
Tombstone.
No. This is in 1946. So it was not
True Grit.
1949. Well, let me look it up because this is
Red Dead Redemption.
no.
Oh, this bit again.
Massacre River. And I'll just say the movie was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. But it was, 1949 movie, and it's a very black and white, you know who's good and know who's bad a little bit, but there's actually some subtlety in some of the characters.
Was it actually black and white?
It was in black and white, yeah.
Oh, okay.
At least I think so. I'm trying to remember now off the top of my head.
Did I see in color?
I think it was in color.
Oh, okay.
No, it was black and white. Yeah, it was black and white. There's a scene where two guys are arguing, or they're racing to the bathtub to see who can take a bath the first, and ripping each other's clothes off the entire time.
Two dudes.
And then when one of them gets there and he finds the other guy's already beat him into the tub.
Yeah.
Beat what?
He gets mad and he jumps in the tub with him, and I'm like, what is happening in this movie? Thank you for that. Are these all I think you should leave clips? Is that what that is? So it's based off of a book and a remake of a movie called When a Man's a Man from 1924.
They were remaking movies in 1949
Yes,
from
yes,
movies
they
from
were.
the 20s.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, so When a Man's a Man. And then it was
Man's
also
a man. He's a man.
And then it was also made from 1924 to 1935, and then they remade the 1935 version in 1949. So I say all this to
It's
say
like A
that-
Star is Born.
Yeah, exactly. Except for this fucking movie no one's ever heard of before.
Yeah.
So, it was interesting, kind of an interesting movie. I know I'm not mad that I read it or watched it, but I don't think I should recommend it to anybody. But the thing that I thought was really weird is that there's a character named Chief Yellowstone. And he's at the very beginning, and he's like, hey, tell Chief Yellowstone that, his young, Apaches or whatever, they can't come into our side. And we found them on our side. And if anything that happens, we're going to hold them in contempt for it or whatever. And he basically says, I can't hold the young people of my tribe. They're restless, and I can't be responsible for them. And he's got the long feather headdress that goes all the way to the ground. He's in the stereotypical cowboys and Indians regalia. And I looked up that actor. And his name is Iron Eyes Cody. Does the name sound familiar to you guys? You know anything?
Iron Eyes Cody?
Iron Eyes Cody.
No.
Iron Eyes Cody. So Iron Eyes Cody ends up being a very interesting figure, which I looked up because I said, the guy looks really familiar.
And he was young in this, I imagine.
Youngish. He died in 1999, I think. 1999 he died. Yeah, 99. So turns out Iron Eyes Cody was born Espera Oscar de Corti, an Italian immigrant whose parents were from Italian immigrants, and he was born in America, second generation Italian immigrant, no Native American descent whatsoever.
Okay.
Oh.
When his dad started doing some touring he was born in Louisiana. His dad started touring the country with an entertainment act that was a Cowboys and Indians act. And he picked up an affinity for the Indian culture at the time. And when he moved to California with him and his brothers to get into Hollywood, he basically took on the affectation of an Indian. And he became one of the most prominent, quote unquote, Indian actors in Hollywood for fucking generations. Oh my God. This guy, and he changed the name from DeCordy to Cordy, then to Cody, and then he adapted the name Iron Eyes Cody. So he has on his 216 credits as an actor. He's been in Ernest Goes to Camp, Sitting Bull as Crazy Horse, Gray Eagle as Standing Bear. He's the guy from the 1980s littering commercial where he cries. The Indian cries.
the single tear. That's him.
That's Iron Eyes Cody, which is probably one of the most effective anti-littering ads of all time.
Yeah,
and as much as people make fun of it, and like Wayne's World 2 made fun of it, it still works, right? And that's Iron Eyes fucking Cody. So this guy denied to his death that he had no Indian culture, like blood in him.
Yeah.
He had his half sister in 1996, 3 years before his death, had basically spoke to some, LA Times or whatever, and said,
I've never seen this. The litter ad.
I've never seen it. I've only seen it in reference. At the very end, somebody throws a bag of fast food out the window at his feet, and it smashes over his feet, and it pans up, and he cries one tear. So when Iron Eyes Cody came to America or to California, he just basically kept wearing this set piece stuff. They say, "Hey, can I keep this?" Like, yeah, sure. And he just wore it out in public. And he became known as a Native American. And he was honored by 1995 by the Hollywood Native American Foundation or whatever as basically a non-tribe member who contributed to the advancement.
Oh, so they
Native
accepted him.
Yeah.
They did. They accepted him. He went full fucking circle. Because, in 1960 something, he married a woman who was a Native American archaeologist, bona fide. She had
You ain't bona fide.
she had papers.
Bona fide.
Papers belonged to some tribe or whatever. And they adopted 2 Native American children who needed a home, and they raised them together. But he literally lived and walked the walk as a Native American. He was transracial before Rachel Dolezal made it popular.
Oh god.
And if you look on Iron Eyes Cody's Wikipedia page, it says near the bottom, it gives references or people also looked at. Rachel Dolezal is on there. It says also Pretendian.
Pretendian
is basically that 1970s and 80s epidemic. After people stopped hating the Indians and started saying, "Oh, these guys are cool now." Now it's all of a sudden let's get the money from the whatever. Chief Thundercloud, Rachel Dolezal, Seshin Littlefeather, all these like famous quote unquote Indians. Some of them are actually Native Americans, and some of them were Pretendians apparently.
Pretendians.
So I watched that. I went down this weird rabbit trail because my thought process on Hudson River Massacre was the movie's got a really bad IMDb rating. We accept it's probably going to be bad. I watched for a few dollars more. And I go, you know what? I don't want to get Whiplash too bad. Let's watch this shitty old 1940s movie. And I watched that, and I was like, it's not that bad. It's okay. It's like a 2.5 star movie, something like that. Not terrible, but just like
It's just called River Massacre.
River Massacre.
No Hudson.
No river. No, Massacre River.
Oh, Massacre River.
Because they
okay.
named the river Massacre River because there was so much bloodshed between the whatever. And the gunfight at the end is so funny between like a group of the Indians and these 3 guys or 2 guys and a girl at the end and stuff. It's not a good movie, but I got to learn a lot about Iron Eyes Cody.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. And he, like I said, denied till his death.
Wow. The whole time.
The whole
Joking.
the whole time. So anyways, that's it. What's up? You got Tyler.
Alrighty. So I would like to apologize first and foremost. I did not watch a spaghetti western outside of the one that that we are going to be reviewing this week. But I started. Oh, well, you know what? First, I'm just gonna put it out there.
Preamble a little bit more.
Yeah. I watched the new The Last of Us season 2 episode 1 last Sunday.
I was wondering if we were going to talk about it.
Oh yeah, I watched that too.
Yeah, well, right here, right now, we can talk about it briefly.
I was being like edged the whole time.
Yes, I was, because I was very underwhelmed with the first episode. I think there's great stuff to come to this new season of this beloved show that we all love. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure about the lead actress, Bella Ramsey. I don't know. I mean, she just
Wait. What about them?
They.
What about them makes you not so sure?
wait. It's they.
It's a they.
They're the they.
They're a they.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I'm pretty sure she says they or she.
I don't know about these pronouns. God.
Oh, this bit again.
Well, they.
Damn.
I've never heard that much disdain in Tyler's voice in my life.
Your conservative is showing.
I don't know what it was. Her performance last season was incredible. I loved their performance last season.
She's brooding right now.
But this season, I don't know. It just seemed a little bit lackluster. Joel, Pedro Pascal, of course, he's incredible. I think they set it up for, and then Abby looked really great as well. And Peter's prediction of the ending of the first episode did not come to light, which I was very happy about. The cinematography, everything felt very cinematic about this whole episode. It just felt like I was watching a movie. Like after I watched it, I was like, oh, that's it? When's the sequel? But then I realized it's a television show. There's going to be a second episode.
Then I realized, oh shit, I'm watching TV.
Yeah. And I think that's like the magic of the whole creation of this TV show, is that it makes you feel like you're watching a movie, and it's more or less the same amount of time-wise as a movie.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, where are we going with this?
The Last of Us season 2, episode 1.
Okay.
Great stuff. Streaming.
Wait,
on
what?
HBO.
You said it was. You just said it was.
You're underwhelmed.
Yes, I was underwhelmed. It did. That doesn't.
Great stuff.
It doesn't take away from the fact that it was great.
good. Just watch it.
It was great, but I was very disappointed.
Super
I
disappointed.
didn't say very disappointed. I just said I was underwhelmed.
Very underwhelmed.
It's
It's
another
still-
word for disappointed.
Whatever.
What were you hoping for?
I was hoping for a little bit more like surprising twists and turns.
It's the first episode.
I like the girl that played Dora the Explorer. She's good. Dina.
Yes. Oh man, what a vision.
Yeah.
She.
Whoa, that's where you went with it. Yeah, she's pretty hot. I think she's pretty hot.
She's a hot dude.
She was good too.
And she's bi.
And she's into chicks.
I saw it. She kissed the one.
I mean,
I have my problems with the show, or with this episode.
yeah. What?
Well, they already ruined the reveal in the
Yeah.
first 10 minutes of this episode. Of
They
Abby.
did?
Yes, of Abby and her intentions. The game made it. It's so much more impactful when you don't know why she's there in the game. Right out the gate, they're like,
First 10 minutes.
"We're going for Joel, and he's dead. We're out to murder him."
Here's the plan. I wrote it down.
And they also showed a lot of stuff story-wise from the very end of the story in the game in this first episode. Like that dance scene is a story, it's a plot point that happens much more towards the end of the story in the game. And then also they teased us with Joel on the porch with his guitar.
Yeah.
I will bet that they come back to it.
Oh, for sure.
It's like a half of a flashback that we're getting. And then I don't know. Abby's character, the casting is just,
I don't think she's buff enough.
it's not nearly as, it's not even just like, she's just not buff. She doesn't match just because I'm a literalist. It's because she's buff because like she's been essentially training
Yeah.
to be able to take vengeance on Joel. Like that's the reason why she's like that. It's much.
I think she's buff before she starts to go on the revenge path. though.
She's definitely not anywhere near. She like the beginning of her story in the game. She's closer to what we see now, and the acting part of it. I feel like matches that level.
Yeah.
but it's just her physical presence is what makes her is what makes her character so threatening and intimidating, and something to worry about.
It makes the final fight in the game in the water, in the shallow water, you're actually worried about what's going to happen. And
Right.
you can believe
Yeah.
the intense things that they're doing to each other in the water. And you're like, oh, I think this is the end for her.
Yeah, it looks like that fight really hurt.
And my prediction for the next episode is that we're not gonna fully go golfing.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen is they're gonna find him. Spoilers, by the way. They're
For anyone who cares.
they're gonna find him. they're gonna like Joel and Abby. They're gonna then her gang. They're gonna meet up, and the episode is gonna end before the tragedy. And episode 3 is what's gonna happen in the beginning or somewhere in the middle.
I thought it was gonna be out of episode 1.
Yeah,
but that was my.
It happens so early in the game.
It's
Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know. I just think
I trust Craig Mazin, the showrunner, and I trust Neil Druckmann.
I'm excited
because the first one had a lot of big changes to the story too, and I was like, but okay, whatever.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where they go with the scars and Yara and Lev and their story, because there's the parallels of the game.
The Magaverse is going to be on fire for that.
It's a fucking moral stress test when you're playing the game. It really puts it's like, yeah, you're gonna play this person now, the person that you fucking hate, and you're gonna understand. And that's what's so beautiful about the game, and what makes
they're missing that opportunity with this, which is that's my only biggest gripe, is the storytelling aspect that is made the second game so impactful for me is just wiped out with the way they told the story this time. But I'm still just open-minded. I'm going to watch it.
I mean, as far as like a cinematic experience, it was beautiful. And so yeah, definitely check that out on HBO Max every Sunday.
All right, HBO.
That's it?
That's all you have?
No. And then I got turned on to this show called The Pit.
You got turned on.
Do you have any movies this week?
No, just TV shows.
This bit again.
Plus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna even get into like the reasons why I didn't sit down and watch a movie, but I
gay.
did.
Tyler, I would be happy if you were. I would love you and protect you.
Wait, you don't love me and protect me now?
No.
I do.
Wait, what?
I do. I would just also.
I have to be gay for that now?
It opens so many doors in your life. Continue.
So yeah, the 2025's The Pit, which is streaming on Max as well, is about an ER in Pittsburgh, PA, and this show is so incredibly well done, and it actually kind of bothers me how well done it is, because
it bothers me how good this is.
It bothers me because after I watched the first episode, I felt like I had because I got off of work pretty late one night and put it on, and then after I watched the episode of the show The Pit, I felt like I had just done another shift of work because of how stressful it is. It really depicts the work life of an ER doctor. It's not over dramatic like Grey's Anatomy or anything like that.
Or the show ER.
Or the show
or the show The Bear.
Yeah,
the TV series of the show The Bear.
Well, I've seen discussions of the comparison between The Bear and The Pit, and
sounds like
the difference,
children's story. The Bear and the Pit.
The difference between The Bear and The Pit is The Bear is definitely more dramatized. Like, yeah, the Bear's like Uncut Gems in a way, where like it's a little bit more fantasy based, but it's not really
fantasy based.
Well, yeah, I mean, like it's.
You mean like fantastical?
Okay, fantastical. Thank you.
Like there's no dragons in it.
But The Pit feels very much more grounded in reality, and like the way that it's like almost a bunch of like one like shot takes throughout the whole episode, because it's always like following in like to hallways into the different rooms, and the way the acting works with these characters feels very much grounded in reality, where like if you were going into an ER room, that's what it would be like. So maybe I should go visit an ER room, and
they won't let you in.
What? They let everyone in.
You have to be dying.
Oh,
or close to dying.
And even then, you're probably still going to be in the waiting room for a while.
Well, maybe. But so I watched the first episode, and then the second episode, a lot more intense. A lot more intense.
How many episodes did you watch? And how many episodes are there?
I don't know how many episodes there are, but I only watched the first 2.
Okay.
They're an hour long, so I'll consider that a movie.
We have what, probably 2/8 of a story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, there's not like a real linear story other than like there's kind of an underlying sort of.
Is there a main character?
Yeah.
Yes.
Noah Wiley, I think, right?
And he has
From ER.
He has a fantastic beard. And
Is he in ER?
I think so.
Oh.
He has a fantastic beard and a
Grey's Anatomy.
fantastic beak of a nose.
He only does medical related TV series.
Well, the interesting part about this TV show is there was a lot of people involved in the medical field that were advising on this show. And so everything that you're seeing is more or less realistic. So, yeah, I mean, the one takeaway that I got from the show was that there's a lot of like one-shot takes throughout the first 2 episodes I saw. So it really sucked.
What?
It really. Oh. I caught myself.
Really got sucked in on that one.
You're compelled not to get distracted while you're watching. But
You can't take your eyes away. Like, you are compelled to keep watching because of like
it feels like a one take like every single time that you're watching.
feels like a one take.
It feels like it, but I mean, I'm not an editor.
It's not.
I haven't seen it. So
I'm not an editor. I can't tell where cuts are.
No, I think. I mean, so yeah. Again, great television. The Last of Us in the Pit. Just great writing and great cinematography. And these definitely, to my smooth brain, feels like movies when I watch these shows.
Feels like movies. That's a new shirt.
Feels like movies.
Feels like movies.
I
think we should change the name of the show. Feels like movies.
Feels like movies. Could be. It's almost like they might be giants.
They could be movies.
Chance of movies.
Yeah.
Claudia with a chance at movies.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Yes. So
I keep every time I open Max, right?
Yes.
That's the first thing I see.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
No, the Pit.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was like a reality show.
no, definitely not. But yeah, really.
And I thought it was not like a network show. So I thought it was bad because of how much it's being marketed and promoted to me.
Yeah, you know what? I thought about that too, but it wasn't until Bruce Perky mentioned it to me that I
Yeah, I've seen his
checked it out.
He
his
loves the Pit.
comments about it. He said he likes it a lot.
Bree's watched it. She said it's almost too intense. She's like, sometimes I can't watch it because I'm just too zuzzed up.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Like after I got off of work, I got home like at almost like 8 o'clock at night, and I was like, all right, well, let's just watch this show. Maybe it'll be
Relaxing.
Good relaxing medical drama.
yeah. So I made some scrambled eggs, and I was just like eating it, and I was like, oh my god.
Anything else?
That's it. That is it. I mean, yeah. That's it.
There's more?
No,
We are at almost 2 hours in this episode.
Okay, cool. Then that's it. Then.
Jesus Christ. Okay. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. I do have one more thing before I just like ant on the spider on the table. Gone.
Spider.
One small thing I forgot to mention during the whole Sinners conversation. There's a weird trend right now. And we have the
Weird trend.
There's two movies that come out that are both about a volcano, 2 movies that come out both about an asteroid, that sort of thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Vampires.
Mickey 17, Sinners,
Oh, the clones.
Severance, the Black Mirror USS McCalister episode, Alto Nights, which is the new Robert De Niro one, and Sonic 3 have all come out within the last 6 months, and they all have actors playing multiple parts.
Oh.
Yeah, I did see something about that.
It's a weird thing, just all lining up at once.
Man, the Nutty Professor and Austin Powers did a number on storytelling.
Yeah. or Living with Yourself. You seen that one, the Paul Rudd one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good. So, anyways, thank you to our cool ass yard duties over on Patreon. That's Javier, Heather, Michael, and Chris. And thank you to all of you guys that support us on the Patreon in any way. If you can support us yourself, if you'd like, patreon.com/middleclassfilmclass, or you can just watch on the YouTube channel. Make YouTube pay us. Whoever the CEO is, I'm going to call him Jeff Bezos. Make him pay us instead of you. That would be great.
It's either Bezos or Gates.
One of those guys. So until next time. Thank you for joining us on this fractured, extended Gab and Chatter.
Gab and Chatter Extended Edition.
Yeah, that's right. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class.
And TikTok at Middle Class Film Class, and Twitter at Podcast MCFC.
All right. And follow us later on today, if you're live, or later on in the week, as we review the Hudson River Massacre, week 3 of Spaghetti Western April. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. See you later.
See ya.
See ya.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I hate that game. Oh.
You fool! That's Paul Dano.
You know it's hot out. You sure about that?
Yo, this.
God damn, that life looks good.
Less talky, more fucky.
You try to not jerk off while you're watching this movie.
I was crying and I had a boner.
Here she comes. Fuck!
I'm about to have the hardest boner right now.
Welcome to Ultra Hell.
I did it! I'm gay.
She was hot, dude.
That's my wife.
Oh my god! What?
I'm your host, Outrageous Tyler.
Boy, you sure are outrageous.
Tyler, you're outrageous. Oh, son of a bitch! Oh, that's a Jew. That's a Jew.
Hello, classmates. Welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class Movie Review Edition. I'm your host today, Tyler.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Pete.
And today we are reviewing my spaghetti western pick, Hudson River Massacre. Jesus Christ.
Sounds like a sci-fi.
Yeah, that's
You know,
what I
this
was-
is supposed to be at nighttime. This scene is supposed to take place at night.
Really?
Yes.
Looked like
Fooled me.
Full-on daytime.
It is full on daytime, but it's supposed to be nighttime.
God damn.
Let's go.
He just turned the brightness down
Yeah. Made it a little bluer.
in Adobe Edit and Final Cut Pro. They
Hit
had back then.
They're editing an iMovie. Yeah. This is just a scene from the movie.
Really,
They said it was a trailer.
Oh, well.
Is it a Hudson River Massacre?
It truly was. Get in there, you bitch.
We should have just watched this movie together.
What is this? Dogs! Why have you killed this man?
She's Sullivan's daughter. Where's your father? Answer me.
He's gone to the
Who is your daddy?
He'll pay for what you've
What
done.
does he do?
He'll hang you for this killing.
Now what do we do? Go inside.
Hudson River Massacre. That's the trailer. Just
This is a,
slap on the poster at the end.
a singular scene. So
Not even a full scene.
Hudson River Massacre,
Or a good scene.
aka Canadian Wilderness, aka
Rebels in Canada.
Rebels in Canada, aka
I Trace del Colorado.
yes. So the movie is about our main character Victor, who joins his fellow trappers in their doomed rebellion and ends up falling in love with Anne, a tyrannical business head's daughter whom they kidnap to gain the upper hand over the inconsiderate governing authorities. Has a whopping 4.5 stars. Why I picked it.
Still wrong.
Hey, there we go. Cool.
That was
So
weird.
only
Sorry, it tried to connect to my phone again.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
We're still rolling.
Good. All right.
We're still rolling.
So I picked this movie solely based on the name. I did not look up anything about this movie. I just looked up a list on YouTube, a playlist on YouTube actually, which you can find this movie.
So when you say a playlist on YouTube, you mean a list of movies that you can watch for free on YouTube?
Correct.
Were they under the category of spaghetti westerns?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So while from our understanding, spaghetti westerns typically take place in Spain or Italy,
Filmed in Spain
or
Italy.
filmed.
They're supposed to be represented on the film in the Americas because they're American
Right.
features.
Well, this one kind of takes a different turn. While being directed by an Italian director, it takes place in Canada. I thought that aspect was pretty interesting. It was a little bit change of
Scenery.
yeah.
Director's is Spanish though, not Italian.
Oh,
Just so you know.
my apologies. So this is
It's a paella western.
Yeah. Yeah.
there we go.
Love me some paella.
Obviously, this is all of our first time watching it, so let's just jump into some initial thoughts about Hudson River Massacre. Joseph, what did you think about this film?
Well, right off the bat, after you said that you picked this based solely on the title, I must implore you to maybe do a little bit more research before you pick your movies.
Yeah, fair advice. Fair.
Just because, we're dedicating an entire episode to it and our time invested, the listeners, the investment that they have, and the net gain, whether it's... Continue.
So yeah, this was my first viewing of this movie with of many names.
That's a good movie title in and of itself.
It's the opposite of the Clint Eastwood Man with No Name.
Yeah.
This one has all the names.
Bunch of names. Man with 20 names.
And right from the first scene of the movie, the drop. We've been watching. We start off with the good, bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
We watched The Great Silence, and now we're here. And then in between, we watched other westerns. A few others.
Some of us.
Yeah, some of us.
I did on the first week. I watched another one that wasn't.
And they've all been pretty good. This genre has been very, very enlightening and entertaining. And I've been having a good time. And the quality has been like outstanding, impressive, and surprising, even for like, if you were to say like, even for an old movie.
Why do I feel like there's a butt coming?
But starting this movie, the drop off in quality is quite steep. Just right in the first 30 seconds.
Right out of the gate.
It feels like the movie started right in the middle of it.
Yeah. Middle of a scene.
Yeah, there was no establishing shot. There was no like just characters talking just instantly. And the quality of dubbing was much less comparatively. It kind of felt like it felt like a TV show of a movie. Like a TV show Western that was then dubbed for American audiences or English speaking audiences. It's not that compelling. That's kind of and then